How's it going, everyone? We are entering another week, another great thing going. We are almost at the end of January. Where has the time gone? We have hit this month, guns a blazing. We're moving fast. We're knocking down goals. It's already partway through to the next quarter, right? We're a third of the way there. Lots of things going on. So you guys are doing some good stuff out there. Just want to do our Monday check and see how your week started off. Have you prioritized your top three things? Are we getting after it? You know, do you have your goals lined up? Have you already started working on your second quarter goals if you're on the calendar quarters fiscal year? Or, are you going into quarter three? Are you getting ready to start those goals and those milestones? So definitely things we need to start thinking about, start looking ahead to the future and all those things. So, as you guys can tell, this week's topic, we're going to be talking about efficient leadership, right? So, today we kind of just hit it at the very basics. Everybody hates meetings, but meetings are, a necessity. But there are a lot of unnecessary meetings, and there's a lot of unnecessary time wasted in a lot of meetings. So one of the things about being efficient, one is respecting people's time, and they got work to do. I kind of alluded to earlier what happens when you lose momentum, right? If you're in the zone and you're working, you're getting after it, and you're in that flow, and then you got to stop it for a meeting. And then what makes it worse is now you have this meeting that drags on. There's no clear objective to it. You're kind of just going. It goes off on a tangent. People get emotional in it, right? We've all seen it. We've all been there. These disasters of a meeting that swing every which way. Part of that is because you don't have an agenda in this meeting. Part of that is you don't have a timekeeper who's, keeping control, making sure that we're staying on the agenda, we're staying on the relevant topics. And we don't have a scribe to capture all those different things, because sometimes it is good to capture those little spin-offs and nuances, but maybe that is not the time that you need to address it. Maybe that becomes an email, a project, a future workload, right? Depending on what the information is, how specific it is, right? It kind of just determines what you do with that information and that project later. So definitely that's what the scribe is for. You generate your meeting minutes off of that, and then you go from there and you make decisions, right? Some other things you want to consider in these meetings are the right people there. Do you have unnecessary people there? Not everyone needs to be in these meetings. If it's a meeting for decision making, you need the makers in there, and you need to make sure that those decision makers have the relevant information from their teams, right? So there's a lot that goes into this going on throughout the week, right? We're going to be talking about keeping the team informed, which kind of goes back into bleeding the proper information, going up and down with the right actions to take for decisions, right? We're going to talk about, building that autonomy and that trust within the team to do those things, being autonomous, getting their stuff done, not hovering over their shoulders, not wasting a meeting every 2 hours to be like, all right, I got to check up on what you're doing, right? You guys heard me say it before. I'm a big fan of, kind of your kickoff meeting in the morning. It should be really quick. Hey, this is what we're doing. This is the priorities. This is what we need to do. Everyone have anything they need? Is there anything that's going to prevent you from doing this? Real quick, get going. Everyone's on the same page and you let them go. And then do a closeout meeting for the day. Hey, do we hit our goals? Do we hit our milestones? What's holding us back? What do we need to focus on? And then the next morning, you kind of just do the same process. Hey, pick up from that last meeting. Hey, okay, we identified this. How are we going to remove this roadblock? What are we going to do? And you do it throughout the week. And then you close out the week. Come Friday, end of the day, you do that closeout meeting. Make sure everything got done that needed to get done. Did you start working ahead? You capture all that right. Have someone generate it, a quick scribe. If you're on technology now, you got a lot of transcription programs that are already built in, if you're on Teams and Zoom and all that stuff. So utilize those resources, and that's how you build the notes. Make it fast, make it efficient, have the plan, and minimize the time. And a lot of the time is when you have a proper plan, guess what? Your meetings are actually going to go a lot faster, and they'll usually end earlier. So you're giving people a lot of time back. This is going to make you guys more productive and keep you in the flow, keep you in the game, and keep you moving, right? So definitely kind of think about that as we're going through this week, and how you're going to prioritize your teams and how you're going to get them working, and all those food for thoughts about keeping the efficiency alive in your organization. And for some of you leaders, guess what? That means you have to delegate, and that means you have to trust that the stuff is going to get done, right? Trust but verify. It's okay to go checkup on things. If you have like, hey, by noon tomorrow, you should be having this done, and then getting close to that time, you kind of check and make sure everything's good. There's nothing wrong with that, but you're not hovering over their shoulders and you're not telling them how to do it or micromanage them, right? So keep that in mind. We got a lot to go going on this week, but it's exciting because we are moving fast. We're hitting goals, we're hitting objectives, and things are getting done. Super exciting to see. All right, guys, always here if you need me. Love talking to you guys about this. And let's just crush this week and own it and prepare to dive into February starting into next week. All right, guys, always here if you need me. Stay good.